Welcome to Abrar Electrical World. The today's topic is that is your service adequate in house you are going to buy, house or apartment, whatever. So if you know that your service condition, the sizes, the load, then you can always estimate that how much money you are going to invest in electrical wiring system or enforcement of the service or change of service, change of the panel board, change of the meter board, etc. So the service, if you are going to buy service, means the service from the electrical utility company. The load which was approved by the electrical utility and the size of the service which was provided to you. So if you are going to buy a house which is renovated and is 40 or 50 years old, then in addition to the legal aspects of the land, whether lease is going to finish or not, you have to look into the condition of the service, which I will make a separate video for the condition. And also you should expect that what are the sizes and what are the sizes of the wire and the breakers in the main board, panel board, distribution board. There are many names for that. And the sockets, receptacles provided in the house, in bedrooms, in kitchen, laundry, and bathroom, washroom, etc. Lawn, outside your house, heating equipment, and the cooling, air conditioning equipment, etc. What happens that when a house was purchased, initially built, constructed 50 years, 40 years ago, the load requirement of the people was very low because many services and the equipment were not or may not be available at that time in that area, or the cross section of the people who owned the house in that period, habits of the people living in that house, the owner of the house, etc. So it may be that the load designed or load connected has much more increased as compared to the original construction time load. So because it is a natural phenomena that we keep on adding the machines as we grow financially, or the number of persons in the dwelling increase, children may increase. So due to this growth, financial growth and the population growth, the load requirement increases and we keep on adding the electrical ranges. Maybe you have one range initially at the floor, but after a certain time you may install another cooking range in the basement. People add up the kitchen, etc. to rent the basement. So those things are not initially foreseen 40 years ago. Therefore, we must look into the whether the service is adequate to take up the load, today's load, which may also include the vehicle charging load. It is a new load, the vehicle charging load. So you have to expect the service, the wire and the service. You can go and read the name plates of the equipment already installed or the provision is made for that. You can count the receptacles and add up the power of the receptacles. Ultimately, you may find out that the service which was installed 40, 50 years ago is now not sufficient to take up all the load. Then the question is how the people living in the house were managing. Actually, people manage that because they cannot run all the equipment at the same time. So they divide in the time frame and they do not use all the gadgets and equipment at the same time. They don't do the laundry, the cooking, and the air conditioning at the same time. They have to manage between the time. So this is good, but the wiring and the service at least must be able to take up the extra load and the present load when you are buying the house. So if you go into the detail of the service and the changes required, you may see that the cost involved may be 15 to $20,000 rupees. So if you know better your electrical wiring, service, breakers installed, as I told you in various other videos, AFI and GFI breaker, and which are now mandatory in Canada. So that is going to cost you $20,000, including all that minimum. So if you are buying a house for 100,000 or 200,000, so this is a 10% cost which you may incur, because you are buying a house because you want to live for another 20, 30 years, at least for the period of leasing. And if you want to sell it, even then the new buyer may hire a electrical inspection company, and then they will uh, raise a big amount and they will negotiate with you when you are in a position to sell your house. So I will make separate videos on these issues, that how to find out the weak points and how to cost them. So everything will be converted into money, and then you will see that electrical wiring system uh, is a very huge expense and very dangerous as well, because it may start fire somewhere. Most of the cases in the houses are due to electrical short circuit or the inadequate wire sizes. I am making another video separately on the wire sizes, how to check the wire sizes and what should be the proper wire sizes. So this is all for this video, and you will see the various videos on this topic. One thing is, you should note that the electrical system is the most important one. Every machine, everything depends, your life quality also now depends on the quality of the electricity. So inshallah, this will be helpful to you, and we will make different videos on this topic in the future. Thank you.